have always struggled with. Just negative thoughts, patterns, behaviors, maybe, and a sense of worth my whole life. And so through the Daring Way, it's helped give me those tools to change those patterns and those thought processes and how to recognize them when I'm in them and then be able to stop and think there's a better way.
Well, I came to the Daring Way really because I was interested in what it could do for me professionally. I work at the hospital, and my work is something that I'm very passionate about, and so I'm always looking for ways to improve that. And I really feel like the Daring Way has given me the tools and the ability to be braver and to show up in this arena at work and to let my voice be heard.
Brené's work it's great, but it's not just great, it really, truly is life-changing. And I want it ingrained in me and my family and my girls and my husband and the way we raise them.
What I found out, though, was in trying to bring this work into my professional life, it touched a lot of areas of my life, with relationships, with relationship with my husband, relationship with my children. It's just been a very useful tool for a lot of different application.
The other thing that really stuck out with me about this is don't shrink, don't puff up. And that's about when we get in a hard situation, we have a tendency to hide or to become big. And neither one is our authentic self. We need to stay, and I've said that to myself in several situations since starting this class. I'd find myself in a situation and say, don't shrink, don't puff up. And sometimes I've been successful and sometimes I haven't. I've left situations and said, oh, I puffed up. But I love that it gives us permission to be authentically us and not have to try to be what somebody else expects or what we think somebody else wants.
I had read Brené Brown's, much of her work over the past several years, and it really, I don't know if it was the time of my life, but it really just spoke to me. I really want to be the best parent I can be, and for my kids, in her book she talks about you can't give your kids anything that you yourself don't have. And so that's kind of been my big inspiration for the last several years, is to kind of refocus my life so that I can give them as much as I can.
I think one great tool that you get is you just look at things a little bit different. Instead of just waking up every day and doing your day, it's thinking about where you are in your day and how you can actually show up. And Brené uses that word a lot, show up, those words, but it's different than just going through the motions. It's actually, being authentic in who you are with those values and being present in the moment.
I think the best thing is the tools that I have now, where I can really break it down and know, okay, these actions, these choices help me to better live the life that I want to have, to better stick to my values. I feel like now I can live in grace, accepting grace and giving grace, instead of living in fear or regret. I can just move on and let my faith help me to go on forward.
One thing too, I would say, my oldest son is almost 25 years old, and he just said to me one day that he really could see a difference in my life, that he just felt like I was a better listener and I was taking time to get down where I needed to be with him and help him and support him. And that's attributed to the tools, there's no doubt.
Love and belonging. What we have found is some people don't see themselves as good enough for love and belonging. And Dr. Brown would say there's something very different between guilt and shame. Guilt is when I know I did something really bad. And guilt, I believe, is from the presence of light. I believe that guilt is from the Lord to go, don't do that again. But shame is when I believe not just that I did something bad, it's when I believe I am bad. And I believe that shame is from the powers of darkness. And so part of my life work in my office and in our groups is to work through taking off the cloak the scarf, whatever we wear, of shame, believing the lies of darkness, so that we can so wrap up in knowing that we are worthy of love and belonging. Changes our lives when we're worthy.